found a perfect spot, a really perfect spot, as good as anything that you would find in Scotland. There's no signs to say no overnighting. There's plenty of spots. There's Mandy, she had a good night's sleep, and we're looking directly at Mount Snowdon. In fact, it's a funny angle, but that's the horseshoe there, and over there is the infamous Crib Goch, which if you've ever been on it, it's a walk you'll never forget. It's about 2 feet wide with huge drops either side, 2,000 foot drop. So it's perfect location, and even the weather's good. Well, we've just come over a spectacular pass. Definitely never been over it before. It's good test for the van actually. That's aqua green sea.
Is this actually Wales?
So we've just got a problem with virtually everything in the camper van's gone dead. Just hoping it's a fuse that just needs replacing. Look at this here. All right, that's another job done. So the fuse box is down here, and the ramp things that you put the camper van on had knocked the switch off. But not only had they knocked the switch off, they dislodged the fuse as well. So there's two separate problems. Anyway, it's all working again. So I'll go and find Mandy. Okay, so she's day 3, isn't it? So this was not planned really, but it's turned out to be quite a nice stop. We wanted to stop at the what's it
Shell
called?
Island.
Shell Island, but we overshot it. I was concentrating that much on not crashing the van because the roads were that narrow. We somehow overshot it, and so we've come here, and it's been nice, to be fair. It's not been unpleasant by any stretch, but it's just one of those typical kind of you know, COVID-19, post-COVID-19 holidays where they enjoy ripping you off. So 32 quid for one night, not including showers because they can't have any and all that, is a rip-off. Fortunately, the vast majority of what we do is wild camping, so this will probably be the last one we stay on, the only one we stay on. That's even narrower there. No, I had no idea it was that narrow. I don't think I would have come here. Let me there.
It's as narrow as the Conway Castle one.
Yeah? Feels narrower to me.
It's the Conway Castle one. They can get a bus.
This is the problem with Hymers.
Tim, they can get a bus through. We're on the Isle of
Anglesey.
Anglesey. I would say the Isle of Wight. And we've just found a huge forest in the town of Newborough, I think. It said car park this way, and about 3 miles later we end up in the middle of a forest.
Yeah.
And then we've come and found this little island peninsula. Looks like somewhere where we went in Ireland, actually. Is that there's an old abbey there, isn't there?
Yeah.
An old abbey there.
Just show you a absolutely fantastic place to come to. So on there, in fact, let me just 2 seconds. Right. Here's Anglesey here. Right, so there's Newborough there. And then here it is Snowdonia Island, and that's where we've been to today, where the little lighthouse is. So in the last 2 days we've come from, where did we sleep last night, man? Oh, anyway, yeah, we've done all this. We've been all the way around there. We've got to there, and that's probably the highlight so far. That was absolutely amazing. There's no overnighting in most places, and I don't think that's to do with COVID either on these, is it?
Don't know.
There are signs that I think have been up before, but there's no doubt that the journey itself is absolutely beautiful, particularly in weather like this. This is South Stack, probably the most famous lighthouse on Wales, part of the Snowdonia 360. There's about 3 lighthouses that are accessible, but the one that I wouldn't even try in a narrower camper van is the one by Beaumaris near Puffin Island. That is just, forget about it. Look at that. I flew my quadcopter off here and bust a propeller, I think. Okay folks, we've come to the end of this Snowdonia 360. We started at Conway, we finished at Conway, we've taken in some absolutely beautiful scenery. I have to say it's been so refreshing, it's been good for the soul, it's been good for the mind. A lot of people have been talking about mental illness recently with this whole COVID thing. Just to come out, hear the birds sing in the woods, hear the sea lap on the seashore, you know, watch a sunrise and a sunset and just be around some outstanding scenery. It really, this has got it all, there's no doubt about that. It is beautiful. You've got fantastic mountains like the Snowdon Horseshoe, which is one of the best walks in the British Isles. Mountains like Trivan that you can do as well, or Caeder Idris. There's plenty of awesome mountains to do. But not only that, I think the big one is just how beautiful some of the beaches are, some of the hidden beaches that people don't normally go to, or people like me don't normally go to, that are outstanding. Not just the beaches, but the backdrop to the beaches, the mountains, the castles, the lighthouses and so on. It is genuinely wonderful. Is it as good as the North Coast 500? I don't think it is, personally, but that's just I just think the North Coast 500 is on another level. But is it as good as the Wild Atlantic Way in Ireland? I think it is. In fact, in some ways, it may be better than the Wild Atlantic Way in Ireland. just a couple of cons, folks, and things that you really do need to think about if you're coming here. Things are changing in Wales. I don't understand the politics, but we've talked to quite a lot of people while we've been here, van lifers, local people, local walkers and people that work for the council, and things are changing. What's happening is, for some reason, they're putting up no overnighting signs everywhere, and it's been massively discouraged. It can get you down. If you're going on this trip, what happens is you'll see what looks like a perfect location off the road, away from other people, and you know, you look and think this is perfect for an overnighting spot, and you'll pull up and there will be the sign, no overnighting. And to be honest, it is very frustrating. I'll give you an example. It got that bad that in the end we made our way up to the youth hostel at the top of Snowdonia, where the walk starts, and because we just couldn't get anywhere, we went on. The security guards were there, so we said, how much is it for a night? And it turned out that it was £42 for 24 hours. £42. Now, to me, I'm trying to not be grumpy here, but to me that's theft. £42, no water, no electricity, nothing, 42 quid. We did have to stay on a campsite. We managed to find one campsite. That was £35 without shower or anything, like no reduction, 35 quid. Again, I don't want to sound grumpy, but to me that's theft. So that side of this thing has been, you know, not good. And that leads me on to the final thing, and that is COVID itself. Although Wales is open now, it's kind of not opened. No campsites are open, hardly any. All those lovely tiny little farm campsites around Snowdonia, around the mountains, none of them are open. And those are the kind of ones that we would have stayed on, because we don't like the kind of noisy, popular campsites. We like quiet ones. So that was difficult, really, to find that none of them were open. On top of none of them being open, with all these signs saying no overnighting, it was beginning to get frustrating. So I'm going to say this on video, we have actually stayed on places that say no overnighting because there's literally nowhere else to stop. That's how bad it's been. So I would not come until this COVID thing has gone, because it seems to me, and I don't know the politics, I don't want to get into the politics, but it seems to me that Wales is way behind England in terms of dealing with it. I went into a chip shop yesterday, and I'm not kidding you, you had to stand there, and then they told you to stand on this spot, and then on this spot it was something like a quarter of an hour to get fish and chips. It was crazy. There seems to be a lot more paranoia at this moment. Is that because they've opened the border? Probably, but they're just not set up. The infrastructure's not there to have something like the North Coast 500 in Wales. It's just not there. I don't think they've thought it through very well. So that's it, folks. I've got to say that because that has been very much a part of this holiday. Personally, I've been one of those people that's wanted to support the government. I'm not an anti-vaxxer, I'm not a conspiracist at all. But I said to Mandy last year that if we get these vaccinations and they're still finding reasons to lock us down, we've got major problems. And I still believe that. If people have been vaccinated and they're still finding reasons to lock nations down, plural, then we have big, big problems. Anyway, folks, all the more reason to get out when you can and actually experience some glorious places and just take that weight off your mind and try and relax. It has been absolutely wonderful.